I've always had a love for trick-based video games. Whether it's the classic skate-style games, or it's the slightly less-known games like Rooftop and Alleys, I've always enjoyed the thrill of performing tricks in a fast-paced manner. So when I played Steep for the first time, I immediately knew I had to get the game's Platinum Trophy, and this game was a wild ride. Steep has a total of 48 trophies to unlock, requiring you to unlock over 115 gold medals, discover 139 POIs, and 100% the free DLCs. But let's not get ahead of ourselves, because first we gotta learn the basics of the game, such as discovering the sports wheel, and learning how to use some of the equipment, like the wingsuit and the snowboard. I also get to do my first time trial, requiring me to beat the final checkpoint in a certain amount of time, and my first trick rush, where I have to get a certain amount of points before reaching the finish line. And once I complete this trick rush, I finish the tutorial, unlocking me my first trophy, You're Ready Now, for completing the onboarding sequence. You're ready now. Complete an onboarding sequence. Dude, I'm already loving this game. With the basics out of the way, I started towards my journey of 100%ing every area on the map, which will give us the No More Secrets trophy. A trophy we'll be aiming towards throughout this whole video. There's a total of 7 regions in Steep, and these regions are the Cursed Mountains, Ravis, Tyrol, Switzerland, Azoto, Achilles, and finally Mont Blanc. Each region has a certain amount of POIs, drop zones, and challenges that we have to unlock. So I decided to go through one region at a time, starting with Ravis. I began with getting the gold medals on every time trial and trick rush. And because this was my first region, most of the challenges were pretty easy, and it was all going smoothly, getting gold medal after gold medal. Yay! But it all started to go downhill when I reached the challenge, the Snow Park Invaders. This was my first hard rated challenge, where I had to achieve 500 points in a really tight space. And I was stuck on this section for about 20 minutes, testing out different routes and gear. And during my experimenting, I was able to reach over 300 points and get a silver medal. Finish line. Silver medal. Oh, it's probably because I went flying through the air. Oh, baby steps. Reached the rookie rank in any field of expertise. Wicked! The main problem I had with the trick rush was gaining enough points before crossing the finish line. So I decided to go slower and try implement as many tricks as possible, unlocking me the upside down trophy in the process. Upside down? Perform your first double backflip. Did I even do a double backflip? With the trophy's encouragement, I switched to the ski equipment and tried the trial one final time. 500! Oh man, I'm going to another activity. With that out of the way, I complete a couple more challenges, and that's when I came across my first mountain story. These stories act like a sort of campaign for the game, which some of them consist of search missions forcing you to explore the map, and the Ubisoft classics. Okay, I know this is a Ubisoft game, but there is no way we have a trailing mission in Steep. A game about snowboarding sports. Are you kidding me? These missions are also connected to 3 different trophies. One for completing 1 mountain story, the other for completing 15 mountain stories, and the final one for completing 30 mountain stories. Meaning I got my first mountain story trophy pretty early on in the journey. Let's go! Once upon a time. Complete a mountain story in Alps. You know what, that wasn't too bad. Scoring Master is unlocked after scoring over 2,000 points in a single jump. Now this one was made very easy thanks to the Burger Jump Cliff Drop Challenge, where I had to obtain over 5,000 points in one jump and stick the landing. Woohoo! Oh. Scoring Master. Score more than 2,000 points in one jump. To unlock more challenges around the map, you need to find POIs and drop zones. So while completing challenges, I found more drop zones using my binoculars. Drop zone. Seek. Find and unlock 10 drop zones in the Alps. And started exploring undiscovered POIs. Tourist. Find 10 points of interest in Alps. Once I went back to completing the challenges, I ended up hitting the coolest trick of a lifetime. You spin around. I don't want to check what that's for because I will lose my points in the race, but I'm guessing it's for one of them tricks. I also got a gold medal on my 12th challenge. Gold plated challenger. Get 12 gold medals on Alps public challenges and somehow reached reputation level 10. Come on, finish line. Let's go. Gold medal. Halfway there. Reach reputation level 10. Is the max level 20? It can't be, there's gotta be a higher level. To unlock the trophy like the back of your hand, you must reach 100% exploration on any region in the game. So whilst completing challenges, I flew around with the rocket wingsuit trying to find every point of interest and drop zone. And while I flew around, I ended up hitting the game barrier, giving me the trophy, the end of the world. The end of the world. Reached the end of Alps game world. I also ended up finding this church bell, which if I flew into using a wingsuit, it would unlock me the Shakes by the Bell trophy. So that is exactly what I did. Come on, we can make that, we can make that. Yep. I've done it. Where's... Oh, there you go. Shakes by the Bell. After cracking my head multiple times, I went back to 100%ing the region, and about 45 minutes later, I finally unlocked every POI, drop zone and challenge. This should be the final point of interest. Yes, it is. Like the back of your hand. Reach 100% exploration on one region in Alps. Now, even though I 100%ed the area, it doesn't mean I've completed all the challenges. So before moving on to the next region, I still had a couple gold medals to unlock. And as I went through them, I stumbled across this mounted story called We Trust It. This story required me to fly around and find 3 different shiny cheese wheels. And after finding the second one, I got ready to find the third and final cheese. But I had a bit of trouble launching off. Crash test. Fallen indoor between 90 and 99.9 GS. Did I get that because I smacked my head on the floor? Once I complete that story, I moved on to the final challenge, Point Purser. This challenge required me to go down a hill, completing various tasks like jumping over rocks and giving myself multiple concussions. But once I got that completed, I was able to move on to the second region, the Cursed Mountain. And instead of starting with the challenges, I decided to go straight for the POIs and drop zones. This was so I could complete all the challenges back to back, saving time in the process. Now most of the challenges were pretty chill and only took minimal attempts. The only one I really struggled with was Board Sleigh Crazy Race. This trial required you to complete it in under 1 minute and 17 seconds while going down a pretty thin and deadly slide. And to complete it in a timely manner, you must keep your balance while dropping down to different slides. Then you have to go across this mountain with the perfect speed so you don't miss the slide or fall off. You then have to do a pretty big jump from the slide to land on another slide, and finally go through the finish line. And because I can't set markers like Skate 3 or Rooftop and Alleys, I just had to keep pressing try again to slowly learn the path. And eventually I was able to beat it with just 6 seconds to spare, allowing me to move on to the third region, Achilles. This region was easily the hardest by far, as almost every trial was either set to medium or hard difficulty. So after unlocking the POIs and drop zones, I started the Glacier Hurdles trial, possibly the most irritating trial to date. I fucking fell. To get a gold medal, you need to earn over 32,000 points using tricks, while simultaneously avoiding these big ass crystals and medical bills. The main problem I had with this trial was simply sticking the landing, due to the entire mountain being covered in rocks. So my plan was to simply go as slow as possible while performing as many tricks as I can, and this tactic seemed to work as I got incredibly close on multiple occasions. Oh, god damn it, man. So I just kept at it, trying different routes and different tricks. And after about an hour of attempts, I got incredibly lucky and achieved the perfect score. Oh, I've done it! Go to the finish line! Do not die! Oh, finally! Now that one challenge showed me the real reason on why most of these trials have a hard difficulty rating. It's not because it's dependent on your skill, it's because the Achilles Mountain is incredibly dangerous, with many trials forcing you to fly through incredibly tight squeezes and jump off massive cliffs. But it seems like these difficult challenges were in my favour, because once I completed my final challenge, I fully maxed out my first field of expertise, unlocking me the Legend Wait For It trophy. And that is it. Legend Wait For It. Reach the legend rank in any field of expertise. I don't know what that means. There's a total of 6 fields of expertise that we need to max out throughout the game. These fields are the Freestyler, Pro Racer, Bone Collector, Extreme Rider, Explorer, and finally, Free Rider. And if we gain legend rank on all 6, we unlock Legendary Legend. So I'm going to be working towards these fields of expertise as I complete each region, starting in Region 4, Switzerland. Now because this region is around the midpoint of the game, I started to get the trophies for getting half of the gold medals. 14 carats gold challenger. Get 58 gold medals on Alps public challenges. So what, we're like halfway through the game? And for completing half of the mountain stories. There you go. Road to Mountain Knowledge. Complete 15 mountain stories in Alps. That was a really easy one actually. All I had to do was fly to a checkpoint. This region also has sponsored trolls from brands like Red Bull. And if I get a gold medal on at least one of them, I can unlock Shinier Than Gold, for earning a total of 7 gold medals in sponsored challenges. The legend starts here. Reach reputation level 25. Shinier Than Gold. Get 7 gold medals in Alps Invitational Challenges. Now that I'm level 25, I can just teleport anywhere using the helicopter ticket. How wicked is that? With the ability to teleport anywhere on the map, I move on to Region 5, Tyrol, and start unlocking POIs and drop zones in record time. And thanks to that time save, I was able to move on to the challenges almost immediately, and thankfully most of them were pretty chill. So I breezed through Tyrol, only breaking a couple bones in the process, and swiftly moved on to the second to last area, Asoto. I definitely said that wrong. Now just like Achilles, almost every challenge in this region is hard difficulty. However, I would say they're more time dependent than actually hard, because some of the challenges had insane requirements to meet. 15 minutes! Are you crazy? But thanks to the experience I got earlier, I was able to breeze through most of these challenges, allowing me to unlock every gold medal in just over an hour. With one more region left to complete, I wanted to take a break and move on to the free DLCs. However, the Olympics has been delisted from all digital stores due to certain licensing issues. So while I was able to buy the season pass for the Winterfest and the extreme pack for the X Games on the PlayStation Store, I would have to search online for an unopened physical copy of Steep with the DLC included. I searched key websites, eBay and Amazon, but eventually I came across this listing from Luxembourg for only £16. So without hesitation, I bought it and had to wait over a week for it to arrive. So while waiting for my DLC to arrive, I began the Winterfest to unlock the expansion's 6 trophies. 5 of these trophies require you to beat the 5 bosses in the DLC. These bosses include the Dragon, the Fratelli Twins, Super Saveyard, Mont Blanc, and finally, the Beast. To unlock each boss, you need to complete 4 different Winterfest challenges related to the boss you'll be facing. And once I completed the first 4 challenges, I began my first boss fight against the Dragon. And if I successfully defeat him, I'll unlock the Dragon Trophy. Okay, so I've got to be careful as... Oh my god. Oh my god. Dude! Oh my god. Is he insane? Oh, I did it. Jesus Christ. The Dragon. Defeat the Dragon during Winterfest. Next up with the Fratelli Twins. And to beat this boss, all I gotta do is hit a total of 500 points by going through these point type checkpoints. And once you get enough, you can simply go through the finish line and quickly move on to the next. And... finish line. Give me the trophy. The Fratelli Twins. Defeat the Fratelli Twins during Winterfest. Now something I forgot to mention earlier is that this DLC added a new equipment item. Now this piece of equipment is mainly about balance, and that's exactly why the trophy mush can be obtained after staying on the sled for over 30 seconds. Mush? What's that for? Stay on the sled without falling for 30 seconds. I guess slow and steady wins the trophies. The next boss I had to defeat was Super Saveyard. This one required me to destroy over 30 balloons before reaching the finish line. However, Ubisoft made this one extremely easy, as there were balloons all over the track, making it pretty difficult to fail. And I've beat the score and finished the race. Super Saveyard. Defeat Super Saveyard during Winterfest. I'm speeding through these trophies. Boss number 4 was the one and only Mont Blanc, and his boss was the exact same as the Fratelli Twins, but instead of 500 points, it's 800. Easy win. Mont Blanc. Defeat Mont Blanc during Winterfest. For the final boss of the Beast, you don't need to do any extra challenges, meaning you can go straight into battle. This section mixed every object from the challenges, meaning you had to dodge many obstacles, while also trying to survive massive drops and beat the troll in under 1 minute and 20 seconds. This boss was definitely intense, but thankfully it didn't take too long to complete. Finish line, finish line. Yes! I won. King of the Winterfest. Defeat the Beast during Winterfest. That was a sick little DLC. Now, although I had a lot of fun with the Winterfest DLC, the X Games is almost the complete opposite. Because for the trophy The Extreme 10, I need to complete 10 out of the 15 new extreme challenges. These challenges are found in the new region, Alaska. This region adds some incredibly difficult challenges, 2 new movement types, and a new campaign. I began with a campaign where I had to complete 6 different missions. Now, because there was no time limit, I just decided to go as fast as possible, meaning I was able to get them all done in just about 10 minutes. And that is it. Are you ready for this? Finish the Extreme Pack Trial Rogue 4. Before I move on to the 10 challenges, I wanted to work towards the 3 miscellaneous trophies. These trophies require you to take off and land 5 times in a single challenge using the new equipment. It did work. Riding Rabbit. Take off and land 5 times in the same speed riding run. Fly for about 5 minutes with the rocket wingsuit. Oh, there you go. I am an eagle. Fly for 5 minutes with the rocket wingsuit. And finally, jump from 7 different base spots while landing successfully. And we are done. Hello? I'm gonna have to restart and do all of these again, because I don't know why I haven't got it. And land. Do we get the trophy now? There you go. I can see my house from up there. Safely land after jumping from all 7 base jump spots in Alaska. With the miscellaneous trophies out of the way, it's time to move on to the hell that is the X Games challenges. Now, a big majority of these challenges were completed with the wingsuit, making me fly through trees and close to the ground. But I was able to easily overcome these by just practicing each challenge over and over again. And after a bit of trial and testing, I ended up not only getting the trophies for unlocking 5 and 10 gold medals, right, that should be the 5th gold medal, if I am correct. Yep, the Extreme 5. Obtain the gold medal in 5 Extreme Pack challenges. The Extreme 10. Obtain the gold medal in 10 Extreme Pack challenges. But I also ended up hitting the Legend rank on my 3rd field of expertise. The Legend was not enough. Reached the Legend rank in 3 different fields of expertise. I'm pretty sure I only have 3 more left then. At this point in the journey, it was now time to move on to the Olympic DLC. However, once my code arrived, I was met with a prepaid card error message. So I tried to redeem it on the app and I was met with a different error message. Now, because my code got delivered from Luxembourg, I decided to create a new account with Luxembourg set as the main region. I then tried to navigate through the store until I found the code section, and I tried it one final time. But instead of working, it gave me a German error code, which translates to, "This voucher cannot be redeemed in your region." So I tried to look for another PlayStation code online, but I couldn't find anything. However, I did find out that many codes may not actually work due to Ubisoft removing certain parts of the game, meaning unfortunately we're going to have to remove the Olympic DLC from the Platinum Journey, which leaves us with 10 trophies left to unlock. And almost every single one of them trophies will be earned in the 7th and final region, Mont Blanc. This region is where I'm going to be earning my 115th gold medal, completing my final mountain story, and finally discover every POI and drop zone. But first, I wanted to unlock the 2 trophies related to memorable moments. One of them is for getting at least 1 moment in each category, and the other is for getting 15 unique moments across all categories. Now, to get a memorable moment, you need to do specific things around the map, such as dying instantly and performing certain tricks. The best way to get these moments is to travel to Alaska and spawn on the Mount Huntington base camp. And then all you gotta do is go down the hill performing as many tricks as you can, and eventually you'll unlock 15 unique memorable moments. The memory remains. I think that's for getting 1 memory. Oh, and red letter day. Get 15 different memorable moments. I got them both at the same time. Let's go. Why is there a man inside me?
And he's digging in me.
Now that we're back on the Alps, I started discovering every POI on the mountain. And thanks to my infinite helicopter tickets, I was able to get this done relatively fast. Tour guide. Find 149 points of interest in Alps, and then start to unlock the rest of the drop zones while simultaneously completing challenges. And for the trophy challenge accepted, I need to obtain 115 bronze, silver or gold medals, and I managed to unlock this trophy while trying to get a gold medal in the Valak village checkpoint race. Challenge accepted. Get 115 bronze medals in Alps public challenges. Wait a minute, so you're saying if I get 1 more gold, I've nearly 100%ed this entire game? With this in mind, I went over the easiest challenges I could think of, just trying to get an easy gold medal. However, the easiest challenge I could find was entirely on ice, meaning I had almost no control on where I was going. Oh, that's brilliant, yeah, cheers. However, once I got the hang of it, I was able to get pretty lucky and finally unlock my 115th gold medal. Oh my god. Finally! Jesus Christ! I hate that challenge so much. 24 carats gold challenger. Get 115 gold medals on Alps public challenges. Oh, that took forever. To unlock a mountain legend, I need to complete every mountain story in the game. However, I have not yet unlocked all of them because I am still missing 1 drop zone. So I teleported around the map until I discovered it, not only unlocking me the final mountain story, but also gaining me 2 trophies in the process. Is that the final drop zone? And you shall find and unlock 110 drop zones in Alps. And no more secrets. Find 110 drop zones, 115 challenges, and 149 points of interest. Oh my god. This final story required me to fly through various amounts of flags using a wingsuit, and aside from me literally dying, I think it went pretty smoothly. And the final flag. Mountain story complete. Mountain legend. Complete 30 mountain stories in Alps. The final trophy I have to unlock is the trophy Legendary Legend, which is for unlocking legend rank on every field of expertise. And throughout this entire journey, I have reached legend rank on every field of expertise, aside from the Bone Collector. The best way to gain XP for this field is by completing missions designed for breaking bones. So I went off to the crash test mission located in the Cursed Mountains and replayed it over and over again. And I would like to say, about 10 minutes later, I unlocked the final rank. Legendary Legend, reached the legend rank in 6 different fields of expertise, and finally, King of the Mountain. Unlock all trophies. Although we couldn't fully 100% this game, I absolutely loved it.